What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button because that's the most important thing you can do for me on this channel. What it does, that helps make sure that those who are subscribed to the channel will indeed get their notifications, and it also helps to push this video through the YouTube algorithm as well. Secondly, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you've been ghost watching me for quite some time now, please do me a favor and yourself a favor by hitting the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a video. And lastly, please make sure you share this video out on your social media platforms to your family and friends to inform them on this news and information. And yes, that does help to give me a slight boost in the YouTube algorithm as well. And with the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news. Kamala Harris just can't stop lying. And she's lying so much so to the point that even Joe Biden put her on blast and exposed her for being a liar, lying on Ron DeSantis and her involvement in the Hurricane Milton relief situation that's going on right now. I want to get into what Kamala Harris had to say first. Let's take a moment to listen to her lie on Ron DeSantis. She's going to lie on him right now. Biden's going to expose her. Let's listen to the lie first.
President, Governor DeSantis, NBC is reporting Governor DeSantis is ignoring your calls on hurricanes, resources, and help. How does that hurt the situation here?
You know, moments of crisis, if nothing else, should really be the moment that anyone who calls themselves a leader says they're going to put politics aside and put the people first. People are in desperate need of support right now, and playing political games at this moment in these crisis situations, these are the height of emergency situations, is just utterly irresponsible, and it is selfish, and it is about political gamesmanship instead of doing the job that you took an oath to do, which is to put the people first.
Kamala Harris is such a horrible person. If you're paying attention closely to what just happened, first and foremost, once again, she's completely clueless in this lie that's going on. They threw a lob her way and she fumbled it badly, right? If you listen again to what they said, the reporter said, I believe she said, NBC reported that Ron DeSantis is ignoring your calls. Kamala Harris doesn't even know what she's talking about right now, but she went along with the lie and made herself look silly, as if she's actually been calling Ron DeSantis to coordinate hurricane relief efforts in the midst of Hurricane Milton fast approaching Florida. She made herself look like a fool. And then when Ron DeSantis was asked about it, he set the record straight. So let's get into what Ron DeSantis had to say about this lie that Kamala Harris is participating in that was facilitated by the mainstream media. Let's listen to what he has to say next, and then we're going to get into Joe Biden exposing Kamala Harris as being a liar.
And laser focus on leveraging all resources available, including from the federal government. And I've been in touch with both FEMA and the president, as well as marshaling all our state agencies and working to support our local communities. And so for Kamala Harris to try to say that my sole focus on the people of Florida is somehow selfish is delusional. She has no role in this. In fact, she's been vice president for 3.5 years. I've dealt with a number of storms under this administration. She has never contributed anything to any of these efforts. And so what I think is selfish is her trying to blunder into this. No. And here's the thing. She has no role. No, she has no role in this process. I'm in contact with the president of the United States. I'm in contact with FEMA director. I'm obviously managing all our state agencies. We're supporting all our local government. And I will say this. I've had storms under both President Trump and President Biden, and I've worked well with both of them. She's the first one who's trying to politicize the storm, and she's doing that just because of her campaign. She's trying to get some type of an edge. She knows she's doing poorly, and so she's playing these political games. I don't have time for political games.
She's playing political games, just like he stated. We all know, excuse me, we all know that Kamala's losing badly. We all know this to be true. We all know that the polling numbers that they show on MSNBC, where apparently she's always winning by 9,000 points, isn't true. We know this to be true. And she's doing anything and everything to make herself appear to be somewhat presidential, which she is not. And you see even the mainstream media, the DNC media, is attempting to throw her all type of lobs and alley-oops in order to make it seem as if she's someone legit when she is not. Because as we saw in the previous video, they stated NBC, or I believe it was ABC, either or, but NBC or ABC reported that Ron DeSantis is ignoring your calls, as opposed to setting the record straight and saying that I've never contacted Ron DeSantis, nor have I tried to. It's very simple to tell the truth. She made it a point to carry on with a lie, once again, facilitated by the DNC mainstream media press. And now we have Ron DeSantis here exposing her for being a liar, but here's where it really counts. Let's listen to Joe Biden expose Kamala Harris for being a liar as he praises Ron DeSantis. Let's get into this right now.
The governor of Florida has been cooperative. He said he's gotten all that he needs. I talked to him again yesterday, and I said, I said, no, you're doing a great job. It's all being done well. We thank you for it. And I literally gave my personal phone number to call. So I don't know. There was a rough start in some places, but every governor from Florida to North Carolina has been fully cooperative and supportive and acknowledged what this team is doing. And they're doing an incredible job. But we got a lot more to do.
Everybody is on board. What we're currently seeing is all hands on deck, except for Kamala Harris's hands. She's the only one whose hand just got caught in the cookie jar, lying on Ron DeSantis in an attempt to politicize the hurricane season, Hurricane Milton, in an effort to demonize Donald Trump in the hopes that she'll pull off a miracle and win this election. And when she was on The View today and had an opportunity to clear all this up, to actually take responsibility for telling the lie, or at least you can say engaging in a lie that was facilitated to her by the DNC press. How many of you all think that Kamala Harris actually took responsibility for the lie that she participated in? I'll let you answer that in the comment section below as we play this video.
Now, he said this morning, you've never called regarding any of the storms Florida has had since you've been vice president until apparently now, and called it political. What's your response to that?
Well, first of all, I have called and talked with, in the course of this crisis, this most recent crisis, Democrat and Republican governors. Called, taken the call, answered the call, had a conversation. So obviously, this is not an issue that is about partisanship or politics for certain leaders, but maybe is for others. Mm-hmm.
This woman is horrible. This woman is such a horrible person. The question was very simple. Ron DeSantis says he hasn't spoke to you. He doesn't know anything about what you're talking about concerning him not answering your phone calls. What do you have to say about that? Does she address it directly? No. She starts telling stories about how apparently she has spoken with other governors, Democrats and Republicans. But I'm asking you about Ron DeSantis. And she even looked guilty before, in the middle of the question being asked. She was thinking to herself, do I carry on with the lie or do I tell the truth? And what did she chose to do? Carry on with the lie. But that's Kamala Harris for you. You shouldn't expect anything more or anything less than that. Lies on top of lies on top of lies. And with all that being said, that does it for today's news. So please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Share this video out on your social media platforms. And also don't forget to follow me on Telegram and Rumble. It is extremely important that you do that. Please follow me on Telegram and Rumble at TD Media Group. Both the links to my Telegram and Rumble will be in the description box below and pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you all for your time. Until the next video, peace and have a great afternoon.